Alright, so I haven't talked about them yet, but let's talk about those Doomsday trailers.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Hey travelers, welcome back to Roberto's Room. So at the time of recording, Marvel Studios has dropped four trailers for Avengers Doomsday. I previously made a post on the channel that I had not talked about them. I wasn't going to do a reaction because I've seen them already, and I'm not one of those people that, oh my god, yeah, I don't do that. So because of that, I wanted to really talk about them, because if you've seen any of my reviews of anything Marvel has done outside of Daredevil Born Again, you know that for me, I was a Marvel fan. I was in it. Anything Endgame before, even No Way Home, Far From Home, I was locked in, and like most people that helped Endgame get to that top spot for a little while in the box office, once the multiverse came in, I think a lot of us checked out, and like probably most of you, am cautiously optimistic of Doomsday. There's a lot of positives and there's a lot of negatives, and so I was really eager to see what the very first bits of marketing for this film were going to be. Of course, the Russos are coming back, which I love. All of their filmography in the MCU has been top-notch, so I was hoping to get something like the Marvel that we used to know. And then the trailer started to drop. Of course, the leaks started coming hard and fast. I got to see the Captain America trailer, which was the first trailer that they released, in a blurry version. I didn't really even get to hear what was going on. But as Disney officially released them all, I got to see them in their full HD glory. And I really, really like the tone that they're going for. This really feels like a darker film. Of course, Doctor Doom has not really been seen at all in the MCU, other than that post-credits scene in First Steps. And I think that the Russos have their work cut out for them with Doom. Very different from Thanos, who had a really nice build-up. Of course, this whole Doom storyline was a heel turn pivot from Kang, as Jonathan Majors, of course, had his falling out and all of the allegations that happened. We're not going to talk about that on this channel, but because of that, Disney had to pivot, and of course they pivoted to Doom. Most of us, when they heard that, I think we wanted somebody fresh to play Doom. I honestly thought about Cillian Murphy would have been one of my top picks to play Doom, because he just, I feel, has that gravitas that could have done it. But of course, they had to jangle those nostalgia keys and bring back Robert Downey Jr. And when I heard that they were doing that, I was cautiously optimistic, to say the least, because I know that he can play good characters. I mean, the man played Chaplin, where I felt like I was watching Charlie Chaplin himself, and I know he can do it. But the fact that he is such a pivotal part of the MCU already with Iron Man caused a lot of eye rolls, because it really felt like they were just going for the member berries because they wanted that nostalgia hit. And of course, the trailers have kind of reinforced that, even though they've been really, honestly, they've been pretty good trailers. The Captain America one, of course, being the first one, teasing who it is, and then of course seeing the shield and the suit from Endgame. And of course, this is the Steve that went back to Peggy and got to live his life, who, even if you saw the trailer, which we're gonna spoil the trailers here, so go watch them, has a baby. And of course, that's where the trailer cuts off. It's just him with his baby, and probably Loki comes in and recruits him, or maybe Doom comes in and confronts him. But it was an okay trailer. I thought the first one was okay. All right, yay, Steve Rogers is back. Like, we didn't know he was coming back. But the second one, the second and the third trailers, and even the fourth one to some extent, were dramatic improvements. Because the second trailer, we see Thor, and Thor has had a bad time, really, in the MCU of late with Love and Thunder. but it really feels like the Russos finally figured out something good to do with Thor. I actually like the Fat Thor storyline in Endgame, and how he is a man that has lost everything. And I actually really appreciated what they did with Fat Thor, and the fact that he was still worthy. I loved what they did with him. I know that your mileage will vary on Fat Thor, but I loved him, and honestly, I would have loved more with him the way he was, but of course, Taika Waititi just had to go in and just rain on everybody's parade with Love and Thunder. And it really, at least for me, hyped up Doom in a real big way, because if Thor, who has taken on Thanos, who has taken on all of these really powerful characters in the MCU, and has just treated them as one in the line, one of a bunch, is this worried, this is going to be big, folks. At least that's what the trailer gives off. The third trailer, of course, we see the return of the X-Men. And these aren't, I don't think, the Fox X-Men, meaning the ones that we've seen in the main continuity, although they look the same, because a lot of them are wearing the classic costumes. So this really feels like another version of them in the multiverse. But of course, it's the same actors. We see Magneto, we see Professor X, and at the end of the trailer, we see Cyclops just... I mean, it's the best Cyclops shot I've seen in any X-Men film ever. And it really feels like they're going to give the X-Men their due, maybe, hopefully more than 10 minutes worth of screen time, because I feel like they're all going to die! And I think Dr. Doom is going to erase them pretty quickly off the board. It really feels like every time they bring back Professor X, it's to kill the poor man. I mean, the man's almost 90 years old, and he's still doing these films just to get killed within 20 minutes. But alas, it is what it is. And so, but I did like the somber tone of the trailer, and I thought, okay, all right, they're doing a really good job of setting up the menace of Doom indirectly from the POV of these characters. The last one that just released just a short while ago was centered on the Wakandans and the Fantastic Four, as we see King M'Baku, which I love Winston Duke as M'Baku. He is an incredible character that the MCU has done really good with, and seeing him as the king, with Shuri, of course, acting as the Black Panther, with a little bit of an updated suit, was really nice to see. And just like with the X-Men and Thor trailers, there's a really somber tone. Even Namor looks scared, which Namor just demolished Wakanda in Black Panther Wakanda Forever, which was honestly one of the better films post-Endgame. But seeing them all worried like that, again, I love what they're doing setting up Doom. And if the Russos manage to thread that needle, this could be a really special film. This could be a film that finally brings the MCU back. And I've stated this before, if Feige has run out of ideas, I think that the Russos are somebody good that you can bring in, like they brought in Joss Whedon in Phase 2 to really steer the MCU going forward, because it really feels like the Russos know what they're doing. And the writers, of course, I know at least one of the writers of Endgame and Infinity War and all the other MCU projects that the Russos did is coming back. But I really feel like they have captured, even in the reactions that the other characters have in these trailers, of the menace of Doom. And if they can capitalize on it, I think we have a really good chance of another bombastic success, which Marvel desperately needs, because the budget for this film, if you've seen any of the rumors about what they're paying these actors, they're going to need to make piles of money, and hopefully not burn it like the Joker. They're going to have to actually make this money, because they're betting the farm on Doomsday and Secret Wars. But like I said, I'm cautiously optimistic seeing these trailers. I'm excited to see more, especially Doom himself. We haven't really seen him yet. So I'm really excited to see the marketing going forward as they ramp up. I know probably the Super Bowl is going to have a trailer for the movie, so I'm really excited to see that and really see where they're going to go with this movie. I'm, like I said, cautiously optimistic, and hopefully Doomsday delivers. What did you think of the trailers? Have you seen them? Drop a comment down below. I'd love to talk to you and get your thoughts on what do you think? Is Doomsday going to do it, or is Doomsday going to just get snapped out of existence and really finally snap the whole MCU out of existence? Let me know in the comments down below. As well, please drop a like, and if you would also, please subscribe. I would love to have you come on board the channel. We're so close to hitting that 250 subscriber mark. It is ever elusive, but I would love to have you on board the channel. Let's get there, and my goal this year is to get over 500 subscribers, so I think we can do that this year. I'm so excited to see what they're cooking up with Doomsday. Honestly, although I'm cautious, I'm really excited, and I want to see if you guys share my excitement and my caution. Thank you so much for watching this video, travelers. As always, go with grace.